So what are you going to do to celebrate 30 years?
I don't know. Have a cup of tea. Dry August. Yeah. No, we're going on tour.
Look who's joined us in the studio. It's Louise Wener. Hello.
Louise?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little bit January, but January's on the way out, so...
Yeah.
When you say that, what do you mean? Do you mean blue? Do you mean dry?
Not dry.
Right, okay, good.
Not doing that. Because, like, who can do that in January? That's the time where you have to not be dry. It's when you need to drink.
What month can you do dry?
August.
Oh, really? God, no.
Full sunshine. No?
No. Drink white wine in the sun.
The answer is no month.
No month. You could be correct.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I just embarrassingly said to Louise, well, not embarrassingly, I went, I don't think you've been on the show before. She goes, yeah, I have actually, thanks very much. But it was on the phone, so that doesn't matter.
I'm still hurt. I'm still hurt you don't remember.
Yeah, sorry, Louise, that's bad.
I was all a bit of I was flustered.
Yeah.
I was flustered by
Chris
you being
so giddy that you're in today, Louise. It's lovely to see.
I think you're very well aware that, you know, there was a point in time in your life where every heterosexual man on the planet was attracted to you.
No.
Well, yeah, it was.
I don't think that's true.
No, it is true.
I think it was with the women.
It was women and men. Everybody fancied you.
Everyone.
And they still do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what to say to that. What am I meant to say?
Just go, cheers.
Yeah, cheers, mate. All right.
Can we show Louise the photograph of when you two last met?
If you really want to get it out of the way now,
Shall we? So this was in, I think I'm right in saying 2017? Is that?
Yeah,
And it was like our comeback, our big comeback bit.
Yeah. And I went to the pub with my friend Jamie, and we had a few pints.
For a long time.
And then we went to watch the show, which was brilliant. We had a few more drinks, and then went back to say hello, and had a few more drinks, and then we had a picture, and I looked battered.
Absolutely battered. There you go.
There you are.
Hey!
That's me.
It's quite common. I look a bit battered.
No, you don't at all. You look absolutely great.
You look like you've just been on stage for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And you've had like half a glass of wine. I look like I've been drinking for a month. I am leathered.
I'm not sure where you're looking.
Because it's all like, you know, alcohol-free beer and vegan cheese backstage now at our gigs. So.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. That's what it is. So, let's talk about the band Sleeper.
That's my band.
That's your band.
That's my band.
And they're a brilliant band.
Thank you. They are.
I don't know the beginnings of your of the band, of how it all began and how long it took for you guys to get signed. Was it easy? Was it difficult?
It took forever. We were sort of like gigging around in sort of tiny little clubs for what felt like years. It probably was years. So we started at Manchester University, me and John, and then we sort of came down to London. We sort of made a new band. It went through sort of lots of iterations.
Right.
And then we just sort of gigged around and we got signed. It took, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 years after we came to London. So it wasn't quick. It wasn't a quick fix.
And was there at any point where you're like, this is not going to happen? Or was it just fun still doing the gigs and stuff?
It was fun, but I was so sort of ambitious for it. And I was like, I was so committed. I felt like it would happen. I don't know. I just felt like it's going to happen for us. And I saw all these other, I can't swear I was going to swear. And all these other lovely bands that were sort of making it and getting somewhere. And I was like, if they can do it.
Yeah. They don't deserve to be signed. We do.
We do. So I was a lot like that. I was like, come on. And then, eventually.
Which was the worst band that got signed before you?
Lots of them. I'm not going to say that. It's really mean, isn't it?
Why Sleeper? Why the name Sleeper? I don't think I actually know the answer.
So we had to choose very fast because we had another name when we got signed. And they gave us, the record company gave us a week to decide. You've got to come up with a new name.
What was the name of the original?
It was called Surrender Dorothy, which is a terrible name.
Surrender
Dorothy?
Yes, it's what the witch writes in the sky.
Yeah,
in the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, terrible name.
Terrible name, isn't it?
Yeah. You're so arty back then, weren't you?
We were a little bit arty. We're still a bit arty.
And then, were you happy with the name Sleeper? Or did it feel rushed?
It felt rushed, but it's like all band names, they sort of grow on you. It's like they cease to mean what they mean. It's just they become part of your identity, don't they? So it's about you, it's about what you do. So it kind of doesn't matter in some level.
Yeah.
But everyone had a one-word name. That was the thing. Everyone had a name that was just one.
They really did, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was like Supergrass, Blur, Elastica, Oasis, Shed 7.
You needed a one-worder, succinct.
Yeah.
Get it
Great
done.
name, Sleepers. Great.
So you get signed,
Yeah.
and then you go into the studio to record your first album.
Yes.
And it's all exciting. This is going to be brilliant.
We had no idea what we were doing, Chris.
You're going to be
No
on
idea.
like Top of the Pops and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And all that happened.
It did. I mean, making the first album was quite hard because we literally didn't know what we were doing, and we sort of drove our then producer, almost to a breakdown because we used to get up in the middle of the night and re-record everything. So record all day. I'd go to bed. I'd wake up in the morning, find the guys had just re-recorded it all.
Wow.
Done.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
And I'd like, no, we've got to start again. It's like, so it was kind of mayhem. It was mayhem. But then it all just sort of came together, and Stephen Street mixed in between it for us.
Great.
And it just sort of flew.
He knows what he's doing.
He's quite good, isn't he?
He's fairly steady.
Yeah.
Yep, he's fairly steady.
And was the first song In Betweener?
I don't know what the first single was. God, that's bad, isn't it?
It's your band.
It's my band. It's 30
Shall I
years
Google it for
ago,
you?
Chris.
Lovely.
It's
I
30
know.
years. It's a long time. But In Between was the one, that sort of changed everything.
And it really did. And so many great songs. That whole album is brilliant.
Thank you.
There's not a duff track on that
There
album,
isn't.
in my opinion. I mean, to be fair, I'm a fan, so I would say that anyway. But you're right. It is 30 years since that.
It was Alice in Vain, right?
What?
Alice in Vain, that would have been our first.
Oh, there you go.
It
right.
says In Betweener on Google.
Well, but it's Google now.
What do they know?
exactly. I use Bing, actually, so yeah.
So 30 years, it can't be 30 years. It just can't be. It can't be right. Oh, what are you showing now? Oh, the Alice
The
EP.
Alice EP.
Okay. Then, was Swallow and Delicious a single? Delicious is a great track, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
I like that track. So 30 years. So what are you going to do to celebrate 30 years?
I don't know, have a cup of tea. Dry August. Yeah. No, we're going on tour.
Yeah.
We're going on tour September, October. to
How
celebrate 30 years.
exciting.
It's going to be great.
In September, Cardiff, Tramshed, great venue, by the way.
Yeah.
Brilliant venue. And then Bristol and Leeds. 2 nights in the Electric Ballroom in London.
Great.
Wolverhampton, Newcastle, Glasgow, Nottingham, Oxford, Manchester, Albert Hall, another great venue. And then Concord 2 in Brighton, another great venue. That's September, October this year
Yep.
for In Between a Greatest Hits Tour 2025.
It's going to be great.
It is going to be great.
It is. It's going to be so much fun, honestly. Our gigs are really sort of joyful, I think, as you know when you came to us. It's like, it's really...
I vaguely remember having a really good time. Tickets go on sale, pre-sale, this Wednesday morning at 10 a.m, followed by general sale at 10 a.m. on Friday the 31st of January. And you can go and see Sleeper live. And if you saw them back in the day, like I did, you can go and see them again. And if you've never seen them, go. What a great time you'll have.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
It's really good. It'll be great, yeah.
So Sleeper, you did 3 albums,
Yes.
and then you split up.
Then we split, yeah.
Why?
Well, it just sort of came to the end of the road, really. The third album didn't sell that great. Britpop was kind of had a sort of implosion. It sort of fell apart a little bit. I also think it became a bit embarrassed of itself. It had become so arch and so sort of ironic. And everyone started making quite dark albums, didn't they? So Blur's album was quite dark.
Yeah.
Pulp's was. So it kind of, the sort of mood changed, I think.
Did you feel part of the Britpop thing?
You're sort of forced into it. I mean, oh gosh, you get asked about Britpop all the time. What do you think of it? How do you feel being part of it? When you're in that sort of era, you don't think about it. You just think about your record. You just think about the songs you're going to write. So it feels like it's always us. It's always retrospective. It's like a label that's put on afterwards. You must have it's a self-fulfilling thing.
Because you're doing your own thing. You just happen to be a British band at that time, and you kind of get all lobbed in together with it all.
Yeah, but also you can't pretend that it wasn't huge and it didn't happen. It wasn't a big thing. So
It was fantastic. It was so good. And what's even lovely is the fact that there are so many bands from that era who are still going or have come back and are just absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
Either with new music or just going back out on tour and doing stuff, which I think is so great.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant. So then you went off and you wrote for a bit. You wrote some big books.
I did. I wrote 5 books.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So if somebody meets you now, let's just say you go on holiday for a week, right, with the family, and then you're having a drink at the bar or you're bumping into the same couples at breakfast every day, and you get chatted and they go, so what do you do? What's your answer?
I'm sort of like a writer, musician, something. I don't know. I think it's easier to sort of, once you've done one creative thing, I feel it's like it's a little bit easier to do another. It's like learning another language. That's what I think.
Do you think
So once you've learnt French, you can do Italian.
But what? Because it gives you the confidence to do it.
The confidence is if you've got that creative brain. I'm most happy when I'm writing. So I'm writing a melody, writing some lyrics, writing part of a book. I just get lost in it. So I love that process. I love the process of it more than anything else. That's my favourite part of it.
We've got some texts come in. I haven't read these yet, so they better be complimentary. Please ask Louise if she's had time to consider my marriage proposal shouted from the crowd at Exeter University during a sleeper gig around 1996. No worries if not. I will keep waiting, and that's from Ben.
I'm still considering, Ben.
Okay.
I'm still thinking about it.
You've got to think about it.
It's a big decision.
It's a big decision. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Chris, you were talking about tattoos earlier. I have a unique midlife crisis tattoo from Louise Wener. I've been a huge Sleeper fan since their first album. Recently, during their Unplugged tour, I was lucky enough to meet the band. Louise signed the band's name, and I got it tattooed along with the album art. Please thank her again from me.
I remember doing that. I was so nervous.
That's from Sten.
That's a lot of pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, he says, please can you sign? And I've got terrible handwriting. There he is. There it is. It's like, I can't. I was like, I can't. That's too much pressure.
Yeah, do you know what?
I messed it up.
I'm a big fan, and I love you, but not a chance. I don't.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%.
Are you sure?
100%.
Someone else has got my face on their arm.
Wow.
So think about that, Chris.
No, I'm good.
Have yourself a fan.
There's still time.
I'm good. Do you know, I'm all right. I've been told. My girlfriend said she doesn't want me to get a tattoo unless I get an entire sleeve, until I get my entire arm done. So it's either one or the other.
I think that's right. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's too late now to start. I don't.
No, it's not.
No, there was a no.
Do you not have any tattoos?
I don't have any.
Would you like me to write my name on your arms?
Yeah, no.
Okay, then fair enough. Louise and Sleeper played my festival, Lazy Days Festival in Southend last July, and not only was incredible, but genuinely lovely as well, says Mike in Essex.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Oh, my God. So go on.
I used to go to Southend a lot when I was a kid as well, just up the road from where I grew up.
See.
Southend.
My God, the beautiful Louise Wener. Finally, you've got her into the studio. Gorgeous singer and an amazing band from Chris in Sheffield. Back off, Chris.
There's lots of those.
There are lots of those.
Back off, you perv. So, are you excited?
Yes. You know what? I think live music is the best thing, isn't it? So standing in a room, singing along with hundreds of people to a song you love. It's really one of the most wonderful things. So I love that. I don't love touring, particularly.
No.
I don't love the schlepping.
No. It's tricky.
But I love the gigs.
I think you either buy into it or you don't.
Yeah. Some bands who are still doing it from our era just love the whole process. I love everything that goes around it.
Yeah.
Less like that. But I just do love the gigs. I just think, and I love, our fans are amazing. It's kind of, there's such a kind of buzz you get back from the audience. It's kind of, it's incredible.
It's brilliant that you can still do it, though.
Yeah.
It's so great.
It's really
I mean, I
lucky.
don't mean physically do it. I just mean
Actually,
the
that's
fact.
pretty right.
But it's just the fact that you can go, all right, well, let's do another tour and see if anyone's interested, and they will be, and it'll sell out, and you'll be on stage singing the songs again. That are great songs. I just think it's fantastic. I really do.
It sort of feels more enjoyable in some ways than it used to, because you're sort of much less sort of self-conscious about it. It's just
Appreciate it more, perhaps.
You appreciate it more. That's really true. You just kind of, I don't know, you're not sort of thinking about where's this going to lead, what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
You're just like, let's just be in the moment, and that feels like a lovely thing.
Were you nervous about, so what was it, 2017 when you did the tour, and that was the first tour in years?
No, almost 20 years.
Wow.
I can't believe it was that long.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Because it almost doesn't make any sense when because the tour was great. The tour was a big, I mean, I saw you on the tour. The night, we had such a good night. It was so good. And you always kind of want to go, why didn't you do this before?
That's what I thought when I did it. I thought, why didn't I just do it? But I had stage fright for the first time ever on that
Really?
night. Yeah, I've never.
On the first night?
On that first night, I've never experienced it before. I mean, you get a bit nervous, but it's mostly sort of excitement, and you sort of need a bit of that before you go on. You need a bit of that adrenaline.
But then if there's a 20-year break, it's not surprising, I suppose.
And I was not expecting it, so it came at me, and I was like, I don't know how to handle this because I've not had it before.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do.
What did you do?
Do you know what I did? I listened to Courtney Love really loud on my headphones, and that sort of cued
That'll do
me.
it.
I was like, okay, right, I can see something going on now, fine.
And did that work?
It worked.
And then the next night you were fine?
Courtney cured me. Yeah, literally. I was like, I'm just going to blast out a load of whole.
That must be quite a scary thing, though, all jokes aside, because if you're like, I've never had this feeling before.
Yes, I didn't have any of these sort of like mechanisms probably that some other people have if they know they're going to experience that. And I was like, I can't do this. I literally can't walk out. There's no way. I'm just going to go home.
And you're on your own because the rest of the band are going to be like, yeah, come on, let's go.
Like, you know, you're sort of team leader, aren't you? You know, and the rest of the band like, oh God, what are we going to do? Like, she's collapsing. What do we do? What do we do now? And it's like, it's fine. And I was like, I walked out. I was like, done it. I put on my red lipstick. I'm fine. Let's go. And it was absolutely brilliant. Right. And I've not had it again, thank God. So
is the red lipstick the rock star outfit?
You need a bit. You need a bit of that.
Okay, so as I said, tickets go on sale. So you got pre-sale on Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. And then general sale 10 a.m. on Friday. I tell everybody to go get tickets. So Cardiff, Bristol and Leeds in September of this year. And then a couple of nights in London, Wolverhampton, Newcastle, Glasgow, Nottingham, Oxford, Manchester and Brighton. Go and get tickets because Louise hates being on tour. So at least make the shows fun for her.
Absolutely right.
So that when she's just sitting at the back of a tour bus going, oh, this is rubbish. I just want to be at home with the kids, writing a book or something. And who's support on the band?
Rialto.
Rialto.
Who supported us back in the day as well. So we did a tour with them back in 97, I'm going to say.
Lord.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really happy. And then, will there more music?
Yes, there definitely will.
Great.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Are
you writing stuff now?
Yeah.
Are you recording stuff now?
I'm demoing stuff now. And it's coming about in a slightly different way that I'm not going to talk about too much, but I'm really loving it. I'm really loving it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I know you came especially to see us. Was the trip worthwhile?
I think it was, and your coffee's good, so yay.
Coffee's meant to be amazing.
There you go. That's a compliment indeed to my interviewing technique. Thanks very much, Chris. Great coffee.
It's a bit upset you're not going to get that tattoo, but you know.
But you're not getting a tattoo of my name either.
It's fine.
It's fine. Well, it's exactly the same. I'll get a tattoo of your name if you get a tattoo of mine.
Fine.
But you go first. Tickets go on sale, pre-sale on Wednesday, and then everybody else, all the others on Friday. Thank you very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Louise Wener from Sleeper, who are back.
Radio X.